So this guy, Brother Stephen, practically became a permanent fixture at my house. He and my mom would meet for the evangelism and would return to my home at around 8 a.m. Then he would stay with us till 6 p.m. And I always wondered if he had a job or something. But when I asked him, he said he did have a business that people ran for him. But I couldn't help but tease him about him being really rich. I mean, it was all in good fun though, because this guy, he did not have a car or a fancy house. I saw him more as a middle class guy who just had a good fashion sense. So when I was leaving for campus, my mom was so happy with her choice of man for me that she gave me a lot of money. Brother Stephen even sent some money to my account. He really wanted me to consider his proposal. And he joked about being a stalker and said he would call me all the time. The moment I stepped into the bus taking me to school, I blocked his number. I mean, I did not want to deal with that. Anyway, when I got to school, I couldn't tell if it was my imagination, but people were surprisingly nice to me and there was no finger pointing. It was like they had forgotten the whole story. So as I was unpacking my clothes, Destiny walked in with her boxes and said, "I'm back." I was so surprised, and she said that God told her to come back to be a sister to me. Okay. I thought it was a joke until she started unpacking her things and she made it clear that she was here to stay. So I wanted to ask her if she heard from Brother Kennedy, but pride wouldn't let me. And it was like she was reading my mind because she immediately said, Brother Kennedy said he would stop by to say hi. She said that he was coming to do the right thing. Apparently, she and Brother Ken spent or spoke a lot during the short break. So I did not understand what Destiny meant by Brother Kennedy coming to do the right thing until much later when he came around. So he apologized for shouting and saying hurtful things to me at the fellowship center. He said he was so sorry for not controlling his emotions. But the part that really broke my heart was when he reached out his hand for a handshake and said, "Friends." I looked at his hand and I got the message he was sending across. I mean, he wanted us to be just friends. Like, he wasn't interested in me anymore. It was tough though, but I swallowed my emotions and accepted his hands and accepted his hand and replied, "Friends." So after a while, my mom called. She wanted to make sure I arrived safely at school. And then she added a statement I was obviously waiting for her to say. She said that Brother Stefan had said that my line was unreachable. I quickly responded that it was probably just the network acting up. So that was that. Very early the next morning, everything changed. I received a devastating phone call from home saying that my mom was involved in an accident and she died on the spot. I rushed back home and thank God Destiny came along with me for support. My father's side of the family, who are Muslims, arranged for my mom's burial that same day. So after the burial, I stayed back for 3 days, and those 3 days were incredibly tough for me, God. Having Destiny by my side was a source of strength. Like, she was always there, encouraging me with her words. She even had a chance to meet Brother Stefan, and Brother Stefan, it was clear that he was deeply affected by what happened. My mother had died in his arms as he witnessed the whole incident. So it was like he had lost a part of himself. So with everything that happened, I was feeling very reluctant to go back to school. It was Destiny who spoke sense into me. She said, not going back to school won't bring my mom back, that I should go back to school and finish what I started. So the next day, I mustered the strength to return to school. And unfortunately, I had blocked Brother Stefan's number, so I never heard from him again. I also made the decision to stop attending the campus fellowship. I started attending a new church outside campus, and it was there I met Robert.